Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm here with the new Charlotte Tilbury Beautiful Skin Foundation. You guys know I was looking forward to this foundation. I'm so happy to have it. All right, so let's jump into it. This foundation retails for $44. I think her price point is never too extreme. And there's a total of 30 shades. 30 shades has a total of 30 mils. All right. So as far as me finding my shade, I struggled mightily because I was looking at the images online and I thought they were quite funky, and the way the undertones were described, I wasn't too sure. In her Airbrush Flawless foundation, one of my top 10 favorite foundations, I used to be 14C and then I got 13C is the perfect golden undertone. So when she says C, if you're looking at this and you're planning on buying, that C in the 14 was cool. It was a little red. That's why I exchanged it for 13, and 13 was so golden. So when I was looking at the shades, I was looking at 13W, but it just looked too light. I did the color IQ matching on her website. It kept matching me to 13W, but every time I looked at that shade, I realized there's no way that shade is too light. So I decided, since I was purchasing online, to buy 14 neutral. I figured I can't go wrong with neutral. And I purchased online because I thought my Sephora didn't have it in. Turns out they did have it in. So when I went in store, I was like, let me just go swatch it so when mine comes. So when I went in store and I swatched it, 14 cool. Both of my eyelashes are playing me, guys. Just ignore it. 14 cool looked so golden compared to the 14 neutral that didn't look neutral, sort of looked a little red. So I decided to pick up 14 cool. So I have 14C, and whenever 14 neutral comes in, because there's a delay with my delivery because of the snowstorm, I'm probably gonna return it. Okay, so let's jump right into it. So this is a 16-hour natural glow foundation with buildable medium coverage to hydrate, smooth, blur pores, and for you to have brighter skin. So I'm assuming beautiful skin. Like, it's just going to bring out like all your natural beauty. It has hyaluronic acid. I'm not going to go into reading all the details. I'm going to have it linked in my description box, and you can find it on the website. So this hyaluronic acid rose complex reduces visible signs of fatigue for brighter, smoother looking skin. Okay. Comes in this box, and like I said, I literally swatched 14C in store. So I'm quite happy with the shade. Now, I think the packaging is just lovely. Isn't this beautiful? I think it's such a beautiful packaging. Reminds me of that YSL. I think a YSL has a similar packaging. All right, so let's swatch 14C so you guys can see. And for general reference, if you're here for the first time, I am NC50 in MAC. I'll have all my other comparable foundation shades in the description box. All right, so this is 14C, and I think this is a beautiful shade. Isn't that gorgeous? It's golden. So see, and that's what threw me off. I never even looked at 14C because I was thinking, why do I do these swatches where I have to break my wrist to show you guys? But I would have never thought 14C would be this beautiful golden shade. I was thinking red. But I should have known because my 13C is golden. All right, let's go ahead and play with it. Look at me. I'm so excited for this foundation. And you see Jaclyn Hill's coming out with complexion products. I'm going to be all over that. I was waiting for her to come out with big products as well. So I'm just wearing my sunscreen moisturizer and sunscreen primer. All right. I hope I like this foundation. I'm so hyped for this foundation. All right. So this is how it looks. So it's looking a lot like the color that I love from the Airbrushed Flawless. Feels nice. Feels a little, the consistency is a little heavier, like a little thicker, not in a bad way. I thought it would feel more liquidy. So I'm going to go in with my my e.l.f. beauty sponge as usual. I don't use a brush for foundation, so I'm not gonna start now. Somebody had once asked me why don't I use a brush. I don't know, I prefer a sponge. All right, let's blend it out. This is a beautiful, beautiful shade. I'm so glad I went in store, because if I didn't get that notification that my shipment was going to be delayed, I would have waited. So I'm glad I decided to call again, and I was told it was in store. I think the person who told me it wasn't in store probably was lazy to check. All right, so this is what it's looking like. And it's not even as light as my neck, which is great because my neck is a lot lighter than my face. This is beautiful. It just, look at that. It just melted into my skin. This looks really pretty. Really, really pretty. All right, so I went ahead and I placed it on the, this is such a pretty undertone. If you love a golden undertone, guys, you're gonna love the undertone of 14C. So beautiful. All right, guys, so this is how the foundation looks blended out. I love the texture of it. For some reason, I had it in my head it would be more like runny. And on me, it's not really looking like luminous or anything like that. But it's a natural finish. I can definitely see it's a natural finish. And I actually like that. It doesn't look too shiny. All right, so let's look at the time that I initially put it on. So it's 1:07 p.m. I want to get at least 8 hours wear. It's 1:07 p.m. So I'm going to go in with concealer on camera, and then the rest of my makeup I'm going to do off camera. So I'm going to use this new Anastasia concealer. I got it the other day and I do like it. So this is in the shade 18. So let's go in with this. But so far I am happy with this shade. But it looks like I just put this on. I think this has been like, what, 4 or 5 minutes? Because I had to fix my lash. And it looks a little darker. So I'm thinking, did it oxidize on me that quickly? We'll see. All right, let me go in with a little bit of concealer here. Like I said, this is, I don't remember the exact name of this Anastasia concealer, but I used it now. This is the 3rd time and I like it. Because usually I would have been using my Fenty, but I figured why not use this. This foundation is pretty, guys. Like initially, just like looking at it, looks super pretty. I just hope it wears well. All right, I've been like leaving my concealer to dry a little bit, especially like under my eye. So I'm gonna go ahead and let this dry for like 1 minute before I blend it out. All right, let's blend out the under eye. This is a proper foundation, guys. Like this, you see, this is what I like with a foundation. I can see I'm wearing foundation, but it doesn't look heavy and cakey. There's still like a naturalness to it. And this concealer, like I slept on this. This is really, really beautiful. All right, so this is the foundation and the concealer blended out. I am so happy with it. I think this 14C undertone is just perfect. It did look a little dark like after I blended it out though. So I'm not sure, because sometimes when you put it on your hand, but I think it got a little dark and it looked perfect. All right, so I'm gonna go finish up the rest of my face and I'll be back with more thoughts. But for right now, I'm really liking the way this looks and feels on my skin. All right, guys, I am back with the rest of my makeup done and I love this. This is good. Oh, look at my skin. This is really, really pretty. And on me though, it doesn't look as dewy as some of the images that I saw. I think her model, the model of color something done, I think her name is. I saw when she did a quick little Instagram thing, and when she was wearing 13W, when she was applying the makeup, it looked so like dewy on her. It doesn't look as dewy on me, and I have dry skin. All right, guys, so it's now 1:31 p.m. I initially put it on at 1:05 or 1:06. Charlotte, you did a thing here, Charlotte. This is so beautiful. I love this. All right, guys, let's go about. I'm gonna wear it. It's nasty outside, there's snow and all that stuff, but I do have to go out, and I'll try to do at least an 8-hour wear test, and I'll be back with my final thoughts. But for now, girl, this is the bomb. All right, I'll see you guys later. Hey guys, so I am back for my final check-in. It's now 9:27 p.m. So I put this on around like what, 1 o'clock today, around 1:06. It's been 8 hours. I wanted to at least wear it for 8 hours. This is how it looks for 8 hours. I love this foundation. I'm happy because I was like, oh, what if I don't like it? I like everything about this foundation. Now, what I forgot to mention, because, you know, I have the shade 14C. Why I was skeptical is because 14C is listed as deep with cool rose undertones. And honestly, I don't see the rose undertone. I don't really see the coolness. Oh, my phone. Because for me, cool is more like on the red side, and for me, this is not really red. What I would say though is that when I initially applied it, you guys can see I have my ring light like turned up because this is like the only light. It's after 9. It's pitch black outside. So when I initially put it on, I think it looked a lot lighter than it does now. So for me, I think it oxidized on me like maybe like a full shade. And I noticed it right away. I don't know if it's just me or what. If you guys have experienced this, if you've purchased this foundation already, let me know. But anyway, so I got, I see a little oil on my chin, but it's nothing that looks greasy. It just has like and for me, I don't mind this because like I said, I have dry skin. I don't mind seeing like a little oil peeking through because look at me, there's like a little oil peeking through, but I think it looks really nice. My laugh lines held up nicely. I have slight creasing like right here. I went out today, but I was mostly in my car, but I did have to run out into a store. I wore my mask, I would say, for about maybe 20 minutes, and I didn't see any movement at all. My highlight is still intact. And I mean, for my subbies that know, when I do any type of complexion wear test, I do not touch up. I like to come back and show you exactly how the product wore. And I think everything looks really nice. Look at that. Nice and dewy. I think my skin looks so alive. This is such a pretty foundation. So lightweight, and it doesn't feel heavy. Like I don't feel like, oh, I should be like taking it off or anything like that. And I love the packaging. Of course, it's so travel friendly because it's like plastic. And what I also forgot to mention as well, I set my face as usual with my Fenty powder in hazelnut because I just like to set my foundation. So, and of course my cheek, I'm wearing highlighter, and of course my forehead, I can see some oils coming through, but I like the way it looks. I think it has like a nice, healthy glow. It doesn't look greasy. This is so pretty, guys. I love this. And for me, like when I love a foundation, I don't want to take it off. This is how I'm feeling. Like I don't want to take this foundation off. It's really, really pretty. I'm so happy with it. If you can, I think you're better off swatching in store. I think the images online and the descriptions, I don't think it necessarily fit, because like I said, I was in store and I swatched 14 neutral, which is in transit to me. I'm going to bring it back. I didn't think that was neutral. To me, that looked a little red, in my opinion, but who knows, right? Because sometimes the light in Sephora can throw you off. But I'm definitely happy with this undertone. So I think if you're my shade twin or close to me, NC15 MAC, like I said, all my other comfortable foundation shades are going to be listed in the description box. I think 14C would be a good match for you. I didn't swatch the 15s. I just watched 13W. I think a 13W are for people maybe like an NC47 or something like that. But yeah, this is really, really pretty. I love this so much. I am really, really happy with it. Anyway, guys, this is the end of the video. I'm hoping to have this video up tomorrow, which is Saturday. And I will see you again in my next video. Thank you so much for watching. Bye, guys.